Here we are again, sitting around the fire and retelling the story of who we are as human beings. Let's talk about our ancestors. First of all, let's note that we are the ancestors for the future. We are creating this world for what comes next. This is a huge responsibility. And just looking at that right there takes us out of our narcissism, out of thinking that everything needs to be just about ourselves, and broadens our perspective, because you can't create the future by yourself. I can't create the future by myself. This is something that we're all doing together. And all the steps that we take through our whole lives is creating and creating and creating what's going to come next. We have many ancestors not that long ago who knew this, who lived this as their daily reality. And they were taught this from the day they were born, to always be thinking of how they are contributing towards what's coming next. And these ancestors were not that long ago for us. Well, for many people, for the indigenous people that are left on the planet, that still have bits of their community left. It's a living reality for them every day. People that still actually have their ancestors that they can speak to, their elders, who can bring forth the wisdom that came from their elders and their elders and their elders and their elders. Many of us, what we would commonly refer to as white people, as the Europeans who conquered the world, many of us don't have immediate access to ancestors that were in touch completely with who they were and how they fit in the world. But we still have those ancestors. And if we believe non-duality at all, what we're saying is that wisdom isn't in thought. Wisdom and the wise person are the same thing. So the human being is built for wisdom. It's literally in our DNA. And when we calm down, calm the mind down, and reach the state that, has been termed enlightenment, then we are in a state where this DNA wisdom of before can come up. Everyone has it. You don't have to actually, be full-blown enlightened to start accessing your inner wisdom. There's so many things that you just know. Like you see a baby, what happens? It's like, oh, your heart just opens. You see a puppy, it's like, it just comes up. The cuteness of it just grabs you, right? That's just our inner DNA. I don't want to say wisdom, connection to the universe bursting forth within us. You know that being nice to people has a better result, usually, than being mean, right? You know when you hear something that's just true, you know it. It's like, clean up your garbage. I mean, it only just takes a little tiny bit to just go, oh, well, of course, everybody throws their garbage around. We know what's going to happen. Clean up your garbage. Clean up somebody else's garbage. You just know that's a good thing to do. That's how to be a human being in the good way. When we hear that, what's a good human being? How do we be in this good way? We know, right? There's this ancient human truth that lives in us all. this comes to us from our ancestors. Because you and I literally would not be here if this was not baked into our human reality. If, so many people think that human beings are this horrible creature that does nothing but destroy the earth, because that's kind of what's happening right now, right? But if you just really broaden your vision to human beings on the planet for 100,000 years, you'll see that this literally cannot be true. That we naturally interweave and cooperate with each other. That's the natural human being. That's how to be a human being in the good way. It's easier if we're all taught this from wise elders. We kind of have taken our elders, first of all, and just stuck them in old folks' homes. We really don't want anything to do with them. Particularly women, right? Older women, just kind of, we disappear them. They don't exist anymore. So we miss this natural one-to-one knowledge that we used to get. And because of the fact that our society is growing and so fast, we think of our elders as stupid. They can't use a cell phone. They can't use a computer. They don't know what LOL means. Like, we just really literally turn our elders into stupid idiots. And I can tell you from knowing quite a few people my own age that we allow that. We allow ourselves to be stupidified as we get older. It's like, nah, stop it. We know how to gain knowledge. Anyone who actually just sits and looks at themselves for a few minutes will see the knowledge that you've gained and your brilliance. And so we can start touching our ancestors in this way. And if we know that we come from a world where all of our ancestors were fully awake, living ripe spiritual lives, completely in touch with the earth and in harmony with the earth, then we start seeing ourselves in a different way, and we can raise ourselves up to becoming this real human being. We don't have to have actual people right with us, because every one of us can access this inside of our own beings. And that's what all enlightenment teachings are about. How to get rid of the false mind, the false face, and access this trueness.